from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's bringing you your summer favorites to put you to sleep. It's time for Sleep With Me. If you're new, this podcast is a bit different. We're doing a little summer series, looking back at episodes listeners really love. Believe it or not, we've been making the show 10 years plus, over 1,200 episodes. And this show is a bit different. It does take some getting used to. We have a lot of varieties of styles of shows. But the real goal of the show is to take your mind off of stuff, to give you something else to listen to, like a friend who's rambling on and on and on, who keeps you company so that you could fall asleep, who makes a deep, dark night feel less lonely. But you're a silly friend, a goofy friend. So I hope you like the show. I hope it can help you. It does take some getting used to it, which is what most listeners say. So give it a few tries, see how it goes. What we got coming up is support, so the show's free for everybody. Then a long, meandering intro that's meant to ease you into bedtime. If you prefer a show without a long, meandering intro, we now have bedtime stories from Sleep With Me available everywhere. And that's just a story-only portion of episodes. But yeah, the long meandering intro for a lot of people helps ease them into bedtime and getting ready for bed. Or some people just love the intros because they're friendly and silly. And then there'll be a bedtime story about 40, 50 minutes. So I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you checking the show out. And here's how we get to do it for you for free twice a week. And thanks for making the show possible, my boy friends. All right, everybody, this is Scoots here, and this episode is part of our Summer Favorites series. It's a on-location episode, so just a heads up, it's going to sound a little bit different. There's going to be background noises. My voice will sound a little bit different, but these are episodes we used to do regularly. If you like them, as a part of Subscriber Summer, I'm going to be putting out a lot of on-location episodes, and then if you like them, let me know. Support the show directly, or send me a message through the contact form on our website, and let me know, and we'll try to do more of these in the future. But it will sound a bit different than a regular episode, but I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, these are really fun and really immersive to sleep to. Thanks, everybody. Support for Sleep With Me comes from Odoo. What is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a lot of things. Odoo is award-winning management software. Odoo is total control of your entire company in one place. Odoo is a suite of fully integrated applications for CRM, accounting, sales, HR, inventory, manufacturing, and everything in between. Basically, Odoo is what your business needs to succeed. So if you're ready to get more done in less time, visit odoo.com/withme. That's odoo.com/withme. Odoo, business management made simple. All right, everybody, it is time for you to take the Helix quiz at helixsleep.com/sleep. Our sponsor, Helix, wants to match you with a new mattress that's going to be perfect for you in the way you sleep. And you've heard me talk about Helix before. I sleep in a Helix every single night except when I'm out of town and I'm desiring to get back home and sleep in my Helix. I don't know if you knew this. Helix supports military, first responders, teachers, and students by giving them a special discount on site. And unlike a lot of mattress companies out there, Helix owns its own manufacturing facility. Each and every Helix mattress is made by a team of skilled manufacturers and shipped directly from their facility to your door. And you should never have to compromise on comfort. Helix has mattresses with cooling technology that helps you regulate your body temperature whatever the season. And I don't know if there's anything worse than going to a mattress store and laying down on a mattress hundreds of people have tried before you, and the salesperson's there pacing back and forth, asking you a bunch of probing questions. Definitely wouldn't be comfortable for me. Well, you can take that Helix quiz. You'll get matched with the mattress that's right for the way you sleep. You can order it online, and you can receive it with no contact delivery. And the Helix Sleep Quiz takes into account your individual sleep preferences to match you and your partner with the perfect mattress for you. If you don't want to take my word for it, Helix has over 12,000 five-star reviews. And by supporting Helix, you're supporting Sleep With with me. So go purchase your mattress and thank me later for your best night's sleep. And I love my Helix Dusk Lux. You know, I love the cooling features. I sleep on my side. I sleep on my stomach. And here's the great news. Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody, Scoots here, and I'm talking about the show, all the feedback I've been getting lately, and one of the most important things I've been hearing about Sleep With Me, and I've asked listeners, hey, what's most important to you is consistency. That the show is here, you count on it, it's consistently there, over 600 episodes are ready to go. Comes out twice a week. You know, I'm going to be here, and, you know, the episodes are going to be over an hour, and it's a consistent part of your routine. And, you know, from my perspective, I know how much work and how many people have to work on the show to maintain that consistency. But I have to ask you, what's that consistency worth to you? Like having the podcast there, you know, if you listen to it 2 nights a week, or if you listen to it 5 nights a week, because that's when the show is designed, is to be there every school night or every work night consistently for you. But it's just not possible for us to put out 5 episodes a week. It's harder putting out 2 episodes a week. But having the podcast there consistently for you, how much is that worth to you? Like, is it worth $60 to you over a year? Do you listen enough consistently for it to be worth $60 or $120? Is that consistency worth $240 to you a year? I mean, you could support the show monthly, but think about it. Like, do you get $240 of consistent value out of this podcast month after month and night after night, having it consistently coming out and being there for you? Or is something else more important to you? Not the consistency. It's having me as host, or having a variety of styles of episodes, or whatever it is. You can let me know. Don't wait is the thing, because consistency relies on me being here, everybody that works on the show being here, and we're a listener-supported show. So if the show is worth $60, $120, or $240 a year, consider supporting the show right now on Sleep With Me Plus. And that's your vote for consistency. So, yeah, actually listen to 5 episodes a night consistently. So, of course, it's worth $240. Or you say, well, yeah, I don't have $240, but I could support the show at $7 a month. You can do any of that at Sleep With Me Plus. And here's the other bonus is if you support the show on Sleep With Me Plus, you don't just support the consistency for you, because I've been hearing from a lot of people who can't support the show. You support the consistency for thousands of other people night after night around the world who consistently rely on the show. But we can only do it with your support. So if you consistently get value out of the podcast, consider giving it back too, and support the show at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Oh, Mystery Bard, a lot of people help out on this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at JonathanMann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support, dear Scooter, on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Hannah like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. Don't forget, one of the most popular ways to listen to Sleep With Me is with sleep phones, and you can get Sleep With Me branded sleep phones at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleep-phones. And you can use a promo code Sleep With Me to get $5 off your order. Thanks, everybody. And what do you say we get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's keeping you awake, whether it's thinking, feeling, travel, whatever's keeping you awake. I'd like to take your mind off of that. Tonight we're doing an on-location episode at Golden Gate Park, so this will be a shorter intro. But if you're new here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the show. This one's on location, so it'll have some background noises, but if that doesn't work for you, all our archives are free, so go ahead and check that out. There's plenty of other episodes. And yes, this is like a silly little podcast to put you to sleep, so I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for coming by. And we'll have new episodes Sunday and Wednesday in 2018. Thanks so much, and good night. Hey, everyone. Thanks for tuning into this special episode of Sleep With Me podcast. And I've arrived by bicycle, traveling by spoke. And as the wheels spin around Stow Lake here in San Francisco, I'll try spinning you off into dreamland. A circular lake around a circular isle. Like I said, it's a somewhat ovular lake. Thanks for correcting me, geometry brain. Welcome. I'm going to carry you on a little bit of a dreamy, meandering journey. Stow Lake is here in the heart of Golden Gate Park. It's a manufactured lake, but it really is, you hear the term urban oasis or jewel within the city thrown around a lot, but here you wouldn't know you're in the heart of San Francisco. You wouldn't even know really you're in Golden Gate Park. Like Stow Lake is literally like a park within a park. And it's an ovular lake, and at the center of it is Strawberry Hill. We'll take a walk up Strawberry Hill. We'll visit with the ducks and birds. Maybe we'll see some turtles. We'll see couples rowing in rowboats and paddling in paddle boats. Water rippling. Breezes flowing in the wind. I have a duck here at my feet listening in, wagging its tail, saying, hey, right around the corner, there's another, are ducks a gaggle? There's just geese traveling gaggles. I think a duck blind is what you use, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sleeping ducks. So all you really need to do if you've never listened to an episode of Sleep With Me before is just climb in bed, curl up on the covers, and I won't be recording while I'm on my bike, but I'll be traversing the lake and the island at the center of the lake. I'll go over a few bridges, and this will be a journey that you can kind of listen to, but, there won't be any, like, riveting things like, oh, here's some historical facts you won't be able to forget. This should be an enjoyable but forgettable journey, engaging but not overwhelming. Calming and Sleep With Me, calming and I don't know what I was going to say because the ducks, they just, they said, hey, you woke us up with your chattering, put us back to sleep. But like a calming journey with superfluous details. And it should be enjoyable and calming and soothing. And I'm glad you're here. And I really hope and I really yearn to give you an enjoyable journey. You can hear the ducks ducking away. They say, we're ducking out of here. Whether you need this to keep you company while you can't sleep, to lull and soothe you while you fall asleep, to distract you from whatever it is that's keeping you awake, or, just to keep you company if you're watching paint dry or reading through lines of code, or you're stressed and you just need a little escape. That's really what this park is here, with the glimmering water, the reflection of the blue sky, in the green shallows. Even though the lake itself is misty, I can see little fish swimming by, bird feathers flowing on the wind. So I'm really glad you're here, and I really hope I can either help you fall asleep or keep you company. Thanks for coming by, and I'm going to hop on my bike here and head up to a bend in this lake that is also a little bit like a river, since it goes around this island in the center. Thanks for stopping by. Sleep With Me is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Hey everybody, here's our first stop here at Stow Lake Boathouse, where you can rent a boat, park your bike, get refreshments. I had a BLT here. It was delicious to sustain me through this journey. And restrooms, which are always in a park a huge benefit. Plenty of friendly workers, postcards, T-shirts, smiles are free, and really a beautiful building to set the mood on your journey around Stow Lake. Enjoy. And here we are on another stop on our Stow Lake bicycle tour. And I'm at a nice overhanging of pine boughs here at the corner of a lake, at a shady spot it's like a duck pond within a lake. There's ducks swimming in the water. There's tails shaking. There's bills dipping. I don't know if they're drinking or tasting the water. Wow, a duck is really just shaking their tail feathers. Like you've heard that song before, something, something, shake your tail feather. But this duck is actually shaking its tail feather. And there's a goose here in the midst of it. One Canadian goose, a lone, chill Canadian goose. Probably the calmest Canadian goose I've ever seen. Canada geese, actually. It's not Canadian. It's a Canada goose, I believe is a correct terminology. And I have a couple of the ducks with the green heads. I don't know if they're mallards, but did you just hear that water splashing? They're doing a little chasey poo, saying, can't catch me. Whatever the equivalent of the Candyman is, I'm that, or the gingerbread man. And we have ducks dipping, we have dogs walking, people enjoying this lovely day here at Golden Gate Park as I tour around the beautiful spots at Stow Lake where you could, take a boat or you could take a walk. You could park your bike at the Stow Lake House, or boathouse, excuse me. You're right, Lake Brain, and just enjoy the day. And I'm here at the first bridge where I'm going to cross over from one side of Stow Lake to the other, and I could begin my climb up Strawberry Hill. I'm going to leave my bike behind and climb the slopes, the sleepy slopes of Strawberry Hill, an island at the center of Stow Lake, and at the peak we'll have a beautiful view of San Francisco on this lovely day. There's rippling water beneath me as I stand at the pinnacle of this bridge, which is called the Roman Bridge. And I can see the Stow Lake Boathouse not far off in one direction. I can see the cypress trees and the pine trees And I can see the families and the bicycles touring by, people with pets, people holding hands, people jogging, people walking, people talking, and me, people watching here with you. And let's proceed. And here I am, part of the way up Strawberry Hill. You know, Blueberry Hill was another song. But this is Strawberry Hill. And there's a bench here carved with the names of old lovers and lovers new. Celebrating the love of Easy and SR. Of MUN and KAT. Of HE and XD. Of VD and TKS. Of course, TK421 and BB88. I just carved that here. KV and AC. And if I didn't just carve something Star Wars related, I'd carve you and me. Even at this distance down to Stow Lake, I can see seagulls, and at this distance they look lovely. They look majestic against the green water. And in the sunlight, the water of Stow Lake, it looks like an olive green, and a really lovely olive green. It's rippling. It has some blue reflections of the sky, the gentle motion, and also the sky peeking through the branches of the trees. And it really is an olive green like you'd see on camo. It's really nice and really relaxing looking down at it from here. And you really can't beat rippling and floating birds for peacefulness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gulls. 5 gulls floating like ducks. 5 or 6 ducks between them. I don't know, there's a tree in my way. And it looks like the way the ducks deal with it is just to flap their wings and say, hey, give us some space, seagulls. But let's continue on. I'll meet you in a second as I've left my bicycle behind and I've moved to foot power up Strawberry Hill. And you and I will find our nighttime thrills, like that are more sleepy than the other kind of nighttime thrills, at the peak of Strawberry Hill instead of Blueberry Hill, which I think I know from Happy Days. Richie Cunningham sang that song. Maybe he was lip-syncing, though. Ron Howard, I don't know if you're listening, but I hope you know, my best to you. I'm not going to... anyway, I better keep walking instead of addressing. I'd like a Han Solo update if I could get one. I am the person that carved BB88, loves TK421. And yes, I know that's BB8, but I prefer 88 because it has a nicer sound to it. Okay. I'm here on a nice footbridge. You know, this is a human-made lake. I don't know. Maybe it's a reservoir as well. And I know there's some reservoirs awaiting us at the peak of Strawberry Hill, but now I'm on a footbridge over a made waterfall, a manufactured waterfall. Is there any bands called manufactured waterfalls? I guess manufactured's a hard word for me to say the first time. But right now, the waterfall in the stream is not running. Maybe because, California, we're conserving water. Maybe it's because it's a late afternoon on a weekday and they're saving it for the weekend. The waterfall that works for weekends. But I'm here. I can see the top of the California Academy of Sciences, the living roof at the California Academy of Sciences that has little portholes or, sun holes or windows, as some may call them. And I can see this southeastern side of Stow Lake, southeastern Stow Lake. And from here, it's changed from an olive color. Wow, what would I call this color? Oxidized rust or oxidized copper color. It shares its color with the Lady Liberty and pennies, I don't know, I haven't seen any. Did they change the consistency of pennies? Because can't think of the last time I've seen a green penny. I've seen people green with envy, not green with petty. But I guess you'd say if you're envious, we're only here to enjoy the different trees around me. There's evergreen trees. There's trees with like kind of the leaves like a maple. There's a bush right here with yellow flowers that looks pretty nice. You're doing a great job, Bush, overlooking this waterfall, this manufactured waterfall where water does not flow. And into my purview is a squirrel, maybe looking for a nut. Maybe, yep, it just picked something up. I don't know if it was a nut or I don't know. Can squirrels eat paper? Is there any nutritional value in paper? Maybe you can even hear the rustling of the autumn wind in the leaves around me, the call of geese on the wind as they say, hey, we're in California. Do we still need to go south for the winter? Or should we just go where that person dropped the popcorn? But I'm going to continue on this path and head to the pinnacle of Strawberry Hill. And I'm glad you're here with me, resting like the clouds on the horizon, the blue sky above me, but laying on that horizon are puffy, pillowy clouds, sitting in their softness just for you as you drift there, and nary a rustle other than the comforting rustle of the wind to help you sleep. And here I am just a few steps away at the edge of the reservoir, and there's still more hill to climb. But here I am, I'm sitting on a stump, resting. The wind is making the trees slowly roll in the breeze, and I'm here overlooking the reservoir that not just feeds the waterfall, but keeps the pressure, according to Wikipedia, keeps the pressure strong, the water pressure strong for when they need it here in the park. Gravity plus water equal, they knew what they were doing when they put water at the top of hills. To my north, across the Golden Gate, I can see the peak of the pinnacle of Mount Tamalpais or Tamalpass that looks like a sleeping figure if you look at it the right way. I can only see the peak of it, but it looks lovely, a dark green-brown, and framed by the trees of Golden Gate Park, and that's off my left side. Off my right side is the steeples of, I think, the cathedral at the University of San Francisco, and the Transamerica Pyramid, the Bank of America building, the Salesforce building that they're building up. And beyond that, the East Bay Hills. As I sit here on a stump, I say I still have yet a path to walk to reach the top of Strawberry Hill here on our journey via Spoke around Lake Stow. Okay, and here I am. I think I've reached the peak here. I'm sitting on something that looks like it was once built. I see concrete and brick and stone together, but whatever it is, it's worn away. Maybe it was another reservoir here at the peak of the hill. And I have a view of the west and the south. Mostly the south is blocked by Sutro Tower. those of you that have visited San Francisco and have, holy cow, a Raptor just took flight. Wow, was it nice. Right at the tree above me, and it made a lulling, swooping loop. And I see another one off to my right there. Wow, soaring. I don't think it's an eagle, so I can't say it's soaring on eagle's wings. But it is floating on the thermals above San Francisco, over the Sunset District. But yeah, looking over to my left is Sutro Tower, a giant radio tower that just looks really cool. I remember the first time I came here, it was in maybe 1999, and I saw the fog and this strange radio television tower poking through the trees at the top of a hill in the mist, and I said, wow, man, that is cool. I'm not even sure what that thing is, but looks like you could talk to space with that, and I still think it looks pretty cool. To some people, it might be an eyesore, but to me, I guess like in a weird way, it's probably still functional. And maybe at some point, maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about what it does, but it's like a cool thing from a bygone era that's still relevant. I mean, that's probably what this tower would say to me. What if I became a radio tower therapist? Would you listen to those sessions if I got permission from my clients to record them and broadcast them? Pardon the pun. They say, what do you, repair radio towers? No, I speak to them. I speak with them, actually. I let them speak to me and, talk about their relevancy and, explore the resiliency and plasticity of, the existence of radio towers. Mostly we just surf radio waves, man. And speaking of surfing waves, to my right, just in a gap in the trees, I can see the mighty Pacific Ocean. I can see little foaming ripples, and beyond it, I can't see much. I can see the horizon and a few misty clouds on the horizon. Really mellow day. I mean, if you could nap in a moment, you could nap here with me. There's just the trees dancing and swaying gently. You may be able to hear some white noise. This is where traffic's soothing. 1,000 feet away, is where I'd like to be when there's traffic. It's so nice. Just a gentle pink noise and the wind supplementing that noise through the branches and through the leaves. Here on Strawberry Hill, it's a place where you and I chill. And I'll walk around a little more. I'll be right back. And here's a sign, first sign I've encountered here on Strawberry Hill, that says it's a destination for butterflies, like the morning cloak, the American painted lady, the gray hair streak, the Kmon blue, or ACMON blue, like Kmon blue, the common buckeye. And anytime they label something common, like the common antelope or something, there's nothing common about it. It's beautiful. The West Coast painted lady, the satyr anglewing, the common checkered skipper, nothing common about you, skipper. The umber skipper, those are loyal. Those were once loyal to the North, then not loyal to the North, then loyal to the North once again. The red admiral, the pipe vine swallowtail, the monarch butterfly. How about this one? Best tasting butterfly. The anise swallowtail. Have it with butter. Believe me. Don't eat butterflies, kids. That was a joke. The western tiger swallowtail. And the butterflies up here, they have a behavior called hilltopping that occurs almost every day of the year here on Strawberry Hill. Hilltopping is an instinct, according to this sign from San Francisco Parks and Recreation and San Francisco Parks Trust, that brings butterflies to the summit of the nearest hill to search for mates. And butterflies seek mates in midair by exchanging pheromones, a chemical substance. A sunny afternoon here will reveal various butterfly species dancing about in this behavior. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for the butterflies and more sleepy stuff here on the slopes of Butterfly and Strawberry Hill. Strawberry Butterfly. I can see some raptors flying. They're saying, hey, I could use mates. How about me? And I'd say, hey, well, you me too, but I don't mate with butterflies or birds. Or much of anything, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I can help you fall asleep. Thanks for coming by, and we'll continue our trail because I just got another great view of the Golden Gate. I'm standing here looking just about due west. I can see the ocean. I can see the low-lying buildings of the sunset. You can hear the sounds of traffic. And as I look right back at the breadth and width of Golden Gate Park and beyond at Ocean Beach, I can see the foaming waves of the Pacific, letting us know they're here. The winds, I can't see any fog, though. I can see some mist, and I don't know if it's saying, hey, we'll get foggy later, man. Right now, enjoy the sun, enjoy the lake, and enjoy the tour that you're along on, carrying you off into dreamland. I'm glad you're here, and let's keep going. And I stopped here. I'm on a nice leisurely path, slowly winding down Strawberry Hill. But something called to my olfactory senses, and it was the smell of sap. Don't let me get sappy here. But I'm standing in between 3 trees. And that rich scent, it's really sleepy. That I don't know how else you'd describe sap smelling other than of sap. Smells like the outdoors. It smells a little bit like Christmas, back when you get a live Christmas tree and maybe there'd be sap at the middle, depending on the tree, or out on a hike, or out on a farm, or out in the woods, sun-warmed. I mean, I think you really, to get good sap smells, you need a warm summer or spring or autumn sun to warm that sap and release its smells. It's really relaxing me. I don't know if you can feel me like a slowly rolling like sap, man, but yeah, I mean, my shoulders feel relaxed. I don't know if yours do. Rolling off of my neck like sap, slowly stretching and relaxing as I look out over San Francisco. There's a sap on the wind. There's a snap in my step, though, a real slow snap. I don't know if you could have a slow snap, but I'm sure you can. And I can see a couple now in one of the paddle boats on Lake Snow, or Lake Stow. The Stow Lake, actually, is where I am, but there's plenty of lakes in my mind. And, once I get sap on the nose, I get sap in my mouth, I guess. But, yeah, I'm here. They're leaving a gentle wake behind them. I could just see someone running their hands through their hair and laughing. So that first date's going well. Or it's 2 friends out enjoying themselves. And what better way to enjoy themselves than a leisurely foot paddle? I could tell you what a better way is to picnic near sap, but not in sap. Being close to sap, but not having it on you is delightful, unless I later find out that I've got sap on me. And then I'll deal with it. It'll be nothing new. But man, it smells good. I don't know if you can almost smell it. It's a little bit piney. It's a little bit earthy. It almost smells like wisdom a little bit. Because trees, and yeah, tree, I'm pandering. I'm pandering to you, trees. Trees are wise, and if it wasn't for sap, I don't think we'd have Jurassic Park. So another thing we have to thank for sap. I think that was amber, but I don't know. Is amber sap? I don't know. And no, Amber, I'm not calling you sap. I'm just asking. I just want to say thank you and pander to the trees. Thank you for these smells. Thank you for rocking and rolling in the breeze. Thank you for being here with me, making me weak in the knees. And thanks for the sap smells. And also, on behalf of Chris Pratt and Jeff Goldblum, everybody else that was in the rest of the movies, who's, everybody, Sam, everybody else, I'd like to thank you and say great job. If SAP's responsible, for that too, my entertainment and reading, and I don't know, I guess I've run out of my pandering to trees, but I really love you. I don't need to pander. Your trees, you're great. So I'm going to keep going on this path, and I hope you're rolling and drifting molasses-like off to dreamland too. Here I am. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm sitting down and I'm resting. I'm looking across the Golden Gate, across Golden Gate Park and the Golden Gate to the Marin Headlands. Just seeing tiny reflections of cars making their way out the headlands to another beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. And I'm sitting here at the fountainhead of the waterfall of Stow Lake. And I'd like to do a quick interview here. It's a fountainhead. I'm here representing Spoke and Sleep With Me podcast. And I wanted to say, even though you're not flowing today, I respect whatever your reasons are, conservation or resting your pumps or whatever it is. I think you've been doing a great job. And I'm proud to sit at your fountainhead or your fall head at your spring, or where the wet water, where you flow out of your mouth, I guess. You're awful quiet, though, but I want to say I think you're doing a great job. I don't know if you heard, I just did a soliloquy about sap, and so I'm kind of out of compliments, to be honest. I guess I should have stopped by here earlier. But on behalf of Manufactured Waterfalls Anywhere, why don't you tell us about your next album? What's it called, and where can we pick it up? Okay, there's, but it's a great album, Manufactured Waterfalls. I think it was called the Algae album. That was my favorite, and I know that you're the one that made Birds Sing, and you made The Wind Below. I know those are grandiose things, but I think you worked those into your album. And what's it like here, sitting with this view? It's a beautiful view. It's probably changed over the years. I don't know what's changed more, you or the view. Oh, you don't have an answer for that? Well, I think that's the wisdom, like the wisdom of sap, quietly flowing. I'm sure that when things are really moving, that you probably have a lot to say. So probably on your day off, you say, hey, man, it's my day off. Music's my private project, and that's what I'm really passionate about. I don't know if I'm just speaking for you and I'm not being accurate. Please let me know. But that's it. Check out Manufactured Waterfalls wherever you purchase Waterfall-made albums. In imaginary stores everywhere. Here at the top of Strawberry Hill. Thank you for giving us some time, Waterfall. And I don't know, maybe one day you'll be named after someone, or maybe you are, and I just don't know it. I don't know. Do you ever think about getting a hold of Ron Howard and seeing if you could collaborate on a Strawberry Hill, Blueberry Hill crossover? What about Lauryn Hill? What about Benny? I don't know if Benny Hill's still with us. Have you heard it? You probably, do you know who Benny Hill is? Well, those are the hills that I know of. I'm probably sure there's a lot more. Hillary Duff, that's not exactly a hill, but didn't she used to have two names. It was Hillary Duff and, or was that someone else? Hannah Montana? Am I mixing up my metaphors? That's not a metaphor. Well, thank you. It's been great spending time with you. That's the Strawberry Hill, Stow Lake waterfall, everyone, and I'm going to head on this little journey. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I'm here I just found some bluebirds and a squirrel. And the squirrel's coming up to me and begging me. It seems like, no, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't have any food. I don't have anything to give you. I stopped because there's 2 bluebirds in a bush. And hi. Yeah, hi, squirrel. Oh, you have a nut there. Is that a natural nut or somebody left behind? You don't know. You're nice. And I think these are bluebirds. I'm not sure if they're stellar jays or bluebirds. I don't know the difference between the hair. I think stellar birds have a sleeker head and bluebirds have a cardinal-like haircut. Oh, the birds just said we don't have haircuts. And one of the birds has a nut now. Where'd you get that nut? Is that a... the birds are saying that I'm nuts. That the nuts are just falling out of my mouth. Well, that's great. But wow, are these birds beautiful. They have about 15 different shades of blue on them. Maybe 50,000 shades of blue. From a navy... I never know what cerulean blue is. It's a beautiful word. They have sky blue. They have turquoise. They have misty mountain blue. They have deep blue. Really, holy moly. If you're Oscar, like a ball gown designer, these birds are eating it up, by the way. Hi, birds. Yeah, I'm just complimenting you. I interviewed a waterfall. That didn't go well. Talked about sap. I think that went pretty good. But wow, look at the tail. I think there's even can blue be iridescent? If I lived in just a blue world that was based on the colors of your feathers, I'd be doing just fine. And next time I'm feeling blue, I'll say to myself, which shade of bluebird blue are you feeling? And maybe I'll giggle at that, or maybe I'll say, be quiet, I'm in a bad mood, that's why I'm feeling blue. Oh, you have another nut there. I think that's just a peanut shell. No offense, I'm not a nut expert. I know you called me nuts earlier. Yeah. So here we are in the park, bluebirds and squirrels. You can't really go wrong. Let's keep going. Okay, I'm here. And I don't know if you can feel this now, but I'm leaning on a tree. I was going to climb into the tree and sit in it. But then I realized this wasn't a comedy podcast, and when I fell out of the tree or dropped all my equipment, you wouldn't be here. And it wouldn't make much of a difference. So I didn't do that, but I'm here leaning on a tree. A lot more bird activity. I'm close to the water. Yeah, I'm on this lawn branch. It's just thick enough to support me, but just enough that it has a little bit of the motion of the wind. And I don't know with those bluebirds, if it's just the fact that people feed these birds, but the ducks are coming over to see me. The ducks we talked to earlier. What is your name, Randy? I don't think I named you earlier. Randy's one of the brown ducks. Coming right up on shore to see me. Then one of the ducks I would call a mallard, but I don't really know anything about. Oh, the 2 ducks that like chasing each other are back. And they're saying, are you the one that interviews bluebirds, where bluebirds can then make a joke at your expense? Because we could really use... I said, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to... I'm a servicer of Mother Nature. I'm a foil for Mother Nature, as we all are. But I got a good look at Stow Lake as it winds around Strawberry Hill. And there's a blue boat and a couple in the blue boat. And what they're doing is floating with the wind at their back, just enough to move their boat at a gentle pace as there's actually a couple of geese escorting them, just cruising on the sides of their boat. The sun on them, I'm sure it's like just warm enough here. The birds are chirping. The autumn breeze is blowing. And the ducks, they seem all knowing. And if it was night, maybe like there'd be a duck that's glowing. But they're really saying, yeah, we'd only glow. That's, what's your name? Francine? Great. I love meeting ducks. Yeah, I'm here. I do a sleep podcast. Podcast to put you to sleep. Sleep with me, believe it or not. That's what it's called. No, I don't want to. I don't sleep with the ducks. I don't sleep with yeah. There you go. I gave you, that look was at my expense. Thanks, Francine. Oh, you didn't say you'd sleep with me anyway. Okay, you don't need to overindulge in, but yeah, I'm glad to be here. Oh, here's another duck, like a little bit mallard-like, just took a little sip of water, cruising the shallows, looking around maybe for something to snack on. I don't know if any of you birds have seen any turtles lately. I'll tell you what, birds, if I could just see seagulls in Stow Lake, I would have an entirely different opinion of them if I didn't see them at picnic grounds and those seagulls are hearing me. I think they're really wondering if I have food. Oh, here comes a little boat, a red-bottomed boat, a little bit closer, number 46, where someone's on their phone and someone's paddling, and they can just barely maybe make out the churning sound. These paddle boats, they do seem to be efficient. They seem to have an underwater paddle. And don't worry, I'm talking very quietly, so I'm not infringing on the paddle sound probably. Like my voice is just droning anyway. Droning on and on, here with you, riding around the shores on Stow Lake. I'm going to climb back on my bike here and make my way to another bridge. But now there's the circular motion of pumping of, what do you call that? Pedaling. That's what they call it, of a yellow boat. And I don't know what the steering situation is, and no offense to this couple, but they're going left and right. But maybe it's because there's a big smile on that boat. I love big smiles. And I think the ducks do too. Oh, no, the ducks said they love food. But yeah, here we are on the shores of Stow Lake. I'm glad you're here with me. And let's head towards the rustic stone bridge and cross over it. So what do you say? Here I am, right at the water's edge, and I wanted to take a few minutes because I wasn't on Turtle Watch. Oh, one of our duck friends is coming up to see if I have food, which I do not. I'm sorry. But I wasn't on Turtle Watch, but I was hoping for a turtle sighting, and here we have it in the sun across Stow Lake from me. I stand at the foot of Strawberry Hill. Holy cow, flock of pigeons just went by. About 35 pigeons. I think they're a tandem pigeon flying team or synchronized pigeon flying because they just flew. Then they flew back again, all in synchronicity. And then they landed on a tree above me. And there are a flock of pigeons in a tree above me. Again, if you want to reappreciate what some people could call nuisance birds, your opinion may change here at Stow Lake and Strawberry Hill. Well, what I was really here to tell you is I see turtles on a log, and they're bathing in the sun. They're sunbathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the log across from the lake from me, and then at a further distance, I see another log sticking out of the water, and that's a little bit further away. I don't have any binoculars, but I'd say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 on that log, just chilling. Turtles sitting. Their heads. Some of them seem like their heads are out. Some of them seem like their heads are in. But, they're saying, hey, I'm cold-blooded, but that doesn't mean I got to be cold-blooded. Warm it up, as Chris used to say, warm it up. And they're doing that. And they got the right idea because here in San Francisco, the difference between shade and sun on a day like today is about 20, 25 degrees. So let's see what other turtles and sights we can see here around the corner. Okay, I'm here at the foot of the stone and rustic bridge. 2 arches to ride over the water. A bridge over calm water. A really nice bridge. So 2 tunnels you could ride your paddle boat through. Stone and brick and masonry and square stuff. Really picturesque. And don't think you could find a more relaxing place to cross a bridge over a nice calm lake. So I'm going to get on that bridge and I'm going to report back to you in just moments where I'll refresh our turtle count and see what other things we can spy. And here I am on the bridge. It's a bit breezy on the bridge, as if nature wanted natural illumination for me. And in a reedy patch just off the bridge, I see a birdhouse. A birdhouse has been built, not to put too fine a point on it, as they say. Birdhouses are the soul of the home of the birds that live there, or that mate there, or that are coming to the world there. So I think they Might Be Giants had it right when they said those things. I can see my turtle logs from here, but if I had a turtle log to update, I wouldn't be able to update it because this view, I guess they're almost camouflaged. They look like with the shadow from the view I have, almost like bumps on a log. Bunch of turtles that are bumps on a log. I don't know if they'd... I just saw someone running after a seagull, a grown 50 to 60-year-old man. And so maybe the seagull is creating a nuisance. I'm not sure exactly. And I have a nice view of Strawberry Hill here. Some parts are dry, but some of the bushes are looking pretty good. I don't know if that's a sage bush that I'm looking at, or some cypresses and some other trees. But the sun, we're facing west, so we got good sun coverage here. And it's nice. It's nice and warm. I'm leaning against a stone, just chilling, and people are walking and talking and filled with joy. And also, you see the beauty of being in a city. There's diversity of cultures and languages and ages, and now a butterfly is flying right by me. The wind is picking up. Some more people are coming by and heading towards the path where you have to walk your bike here on the bridge. And they're doing it. Conscientious people sharing a park, sharing a jewel. Everybody's getting quality time, even these butterflies. I'm watching these two people with their bikes, and they're parking their bikes. They're saying, hey, let's sit on this log in the sun. And, let's either rekindle this romance or keep it kindled. And I'm just talking about sitting side by side in the sun. I'm not even talking about the stuff that the ducks, were giving me a hard time about. And the pigeons, they just left their roost and headed off in a coordinated effort to maybe all the birds here are restoring, while we restore wildlife habitat or, create a pseudo habitat, whatever you want to call this area. Maybe they're saying, hey, let's get our reputation back. Let's take this word pigeon back. So I'm back here on the path, a little bit out of breath from paddling and circling the lake. Have another distant view, a different angle of the turtles in their shells as they chill. And also, I think across a world thing where you have waterfowl and benches. You have a person on the bench feeding bread or things to the birds, a common thing, and there's a man. He's tossing the bread to the birds. He's the bird man today, the bird person, friends of the bird. Maybe he's reinforcing a bad habit, but, I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to look at, there's ducks, there's geese, seagulls, all spinning around, jumping and moving, probably aerating the water a little bit, maybe polluting it too, but I don't know. It's just such a thing, people throwing things to birds on benches. It's nice to watch. I don't know if it can get more relaxing than watching someone enjoy the birds. The closer you get, the less relaxing it gets. I know that for a fact. So I won't tune in when I get there. Oh, little puppy's going by or a little dog. And it didn't. It seems. Oh, it said, "Hey, birds, I'm a dog. Watch me run over here and make you all fly." But now the dog is moving on. Just wanted to have a little, say, hey, I'm interested in birds. What can I say? One day, as a dog, I aspire to be a dog that sits on a bench and feeds birds. Feeds on birds. That's not funny, dog. Only jokes at my expense here at Sleep With Me podcast. So let's finish up our journey here. Let's walk around to my bike, and I'll bike a little bit further and hop off and be back before you know it. Okay, I'm here, sitting on a bench. Maybe you can tell my countenance. It's a warm, sun-warmed bench, warm on my bottom. And so nice, and maybe you could just hear the laughter being carried on the breeze as I watch a tandem boat going by, a boat built for 6 or 5, so 2 rows of paddling on this paddle boat, so 4 paddlers and 1 paddlee, like one person in the backward-facing seat, a father looking dapper in a tweed cap, a plaid or red plaid. I don't know what you call that. A tartan plaid cap. That's not. I guess that's different than tweed, but it starts with a T. Children in preservers, paddling away, and another adult mother looking back out at the ducks and the birds. The ducks are coming to see me. They say, "Is that a microphone or a sourdough loaf?" And I say, "No, it's a microphone." And yeah, so keep moving. Yeah, as the paddlers are moving, and they're really actually kicking up a churn. You get 4 paddlers, you get some nice bubbles behind the boat, some nice aeration. And again, I guess I'm coming around, I see another seagull. I spy with my little eye a seagull spying me, questioning if I have a loaf of bread. A serious look on this one, kind of like Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. I guess Sam the Eagle's more stern than serious. But these are some serious seagulls. I haven't seen seagulls swim this much in my entire life. Usually I either see them sitting or flying. So maybe these aren't seagulls. Maybe these are some other gull, like a lake gull. Excuse me, could I ask you a question? Are you a lake gull? Are you a seagull? And forgive me for asking this so directly, do you consider yourself a nuisance bird? Oh, the bird just looked right at. I can never tell if the bird's looking at me when it looks at me or when it turns its head to look away. You know, it's confusing. It really could make it, maybe that's why people consider you a nuisance bird. You could make it easier to make eye contact and just swam away. I guess it didn't like what I was saying, and, I'm not here to point any fingers. Oh, I got another one walking. This one looks very proud. It has a red dot on the bottom of its beak. It's almost majestic. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying you may be a seagull. I see webbed feet. And I'm also saying you look pretty darn majestic. You're white, you're gray. Your beak is yellow and orange with a little red. And the synchronized pigeon flying team just flew by. The sun is in the sky. And, what could be more resting than finishing up your day here with me? The breeze rippling, Stow Lake, my bottom. You can bet your bottom dollar. My bottom is warm on a green, sun-warmed bench. And a family enjoying a tandem boat, a birdhouse, turtles, a climb up Strawberry Hill, a sleeping waterfall, a manufactured waterfall, to the top of a hill where there were butterflies, and where I interviewed birds and squirrels somewhat, and stood by sap. I'm glad you've been here with me. I hope you've been resting as the wheels of the spoke have been turning on this very special sleepy episode, with the rippling waves and the moving of people walking and paddling, of birds flying, of turtles resting. Why don't you rest now like a turtle on a log, sun-warmed log, seeping in the relaxation, your blankets, your shell, maybe your pillow, maybe you're like a newfangled turtle with a pillowy shell, and you're resting, you're descending, you're sleeping as the water drifts beneath you, the olive-colored water of Stow Lake here in San Francisco, of Strawberry Hill, of paddle boats paddling through your dreams. Thank you for testing out the show. Thank you for being here. But I'm more touched I can be here with you. And you could be here with me, enjoying the park, enjoying the sun, enjoying the breeze, and all that's here. Really, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't here to help you get some sleep. Good night. All right, everybody scoots with your tuck you in, thank you, good night message, kind of week or month in review. And it's been a pretty big month or 2 months. We launched Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me, which offers the story-only version of shows from starting a few years ago, right around episode 1000. So if you prefer a story-only version of show, or you listen 5 times a week, it might be something to check out. And you can check that out right in your podcast app of choice. That's an ad-supported version, Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. If you really love the story-only stuff, you can get, I think we have around 900 episodes in the story-only feed on Sleep With Me Plus, and those are ad-free. And this month is made possible, more than ever, by the people who support the show directly, and that's the only reason we're able to be here is those people that do take action. I mean, I know, and I realize, don't worry, if you're not in a position to support the show financially, that's totally cool. Like, the beauty is the people that do choose to take action because they can afford it, have got you covered, and they want to have you covered because they care about you, because they know how you feel. So you could just join me, actually, in thanking these people: Ava, Caroline, Royce, Cam, Thomas, Alana, Lucas, Virginia, Sarah, Julia, Michaela, Holly, Jennifer, Alec, Evelyn, Ellen, Dina, Kylie, Dave, Alex, Kaylee, Jonathan, Warren, Christine, Simon, Christopher, Nanette, Natasha, Becca, and Mary Kate for supporting the show for this month, for signing up to support the show directly. And let's run through what came out this month, let's check Pocket Casts here. Have so in the this is on Sleep With Me Plus, but also in the public ad-supported feed too. We had all intro episode come out. Then we had, let's see, 1274 Stuffed Animal Planning, Paper Mache Tea Time, that was Multiplex 10, Stow Lake on Location, Repeat, that's a listener favorite, Guild Web Series Watch, episode, Season 1, then we had all intro for the 4th, Albus Helix Season 1, Episode 5, To Market, 2021 Fearless Flyers, Fall and August Edition, Rent, Brainbots, that was part of our Trevor Project, Orlando Park Stop fundraiser, Multiplex 9, The Crafty Lady, Slurpin' DJ Echo Bass, that was non-location listener favorite, 540, Ray at the Animal Kingdom in Epcot, Cooling It Down, and Albus Helix Season 4, Episode 1. So yeah, if you're on Sleep With Me Plus, those are both in the story-only feed and the full episode feed, as well as in the ad-supported version of Sleep With Me as well. We also launched a TNG-only feed on Sleep With Me Plus for Boar Besties, or you could subscribe to that if you're a TNG super fan. And all night, TNG came out for Boar Besties and Boar Friends of Volume 10. Then all intro episodes came out on June 27th, June 13th, and June 5th was TNG All Night Volume 9. And then another all intro. Then in the bonus feed, so boy, is subscriber summer in full swing. We got Posty putting out Posty Super Deluxe episodes every couple weeks in the Welcome to Scooterville series. We had a catalog episode, Sierra Online's 10th anniversary. Another Scooterville episode for Boar Friends and Boar Besties, Ray riding a bike in Saratoga Springs. Then we had Frankie, like the prequel, the pre-chapters to the book Frankie and Victoria. It goes by other names too. That's like a subscriber read with me. Glamping. Then we had Scooter's version, which is a Sleep With Me Plus bonus. San Francisco balcony episode. So a lot of cool stuff there. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you listen to the show. I'm glad I get to put you to sleep. Thank you so much. Whether you support the show or not, I really thank you for listening and sending your positive energy out. Or just falling asleep because I've been there and not being able to sleep. So good night.